Hey guys, are you here? And today I am playing some Arcane MLS. The first game is as UA, and the games after are as Demo. I have never played this comp before. I don't know if anyone or not many people have played Arcane MLS before, but we are just trying everything. So we've tried, let's see, we've tried Arcane Warrior, Arcane Demon Hunter, with Monk Healer, Pally Healer, Druid Healer, and then we've tried MLS as Frost, as Demo. We've tried MLD, we've tried with UA, with Demo. We've tried almost everything. We've tried so many comps. And I think this comp has a time and a place. I don't know if it's the best ladder comp. So for those of you guys watching that want to just play this on ladder just for fun, I don't know how well you're gonna do, because I think it's not the greatest against cleavy type things. But in like in a matchup like this, I think it does very well. I think against Rogue Mage, it does very well. I think against Shadow Priest Rogue, it does very well. But against, like, we fought, I think, DK Warrior, and they just owned our Warlock, and I couldn't put out enough pressure to actually get them very scared. I think we fought, I don't know what other comps, but anything really cleavy it doesn't do too well against. But it does well against stuff like this. So here it is. I think we lost to this as Frost, and basically what they did when we fought them as Frost, they just killed me pretty fast. They basically just kittied my shaman into a full blind, into a full sap, into a full silence, into a full fear, something like that. It was just like a crazy long CC chain, and I just died out of it. I actually blocked and then still died out of my block. So, as Arcane, what I kind of bring to the table over Frost is that I'm an unkillable target. I mean, I can still die, but I have 4 blinks, right? I'm a hard target to kill. I have 2 invises and 4 blinks, compared to Frost, where I have 2 ice blocks, but once I kind of get shut down, I just kind of die, right? I have been utilizing my Evocate more often, try to get full mana to actually do more damage, and I try to keep that Evocate on cooldown so I can actually get more Arcane Blast off to get more missile procs, etc. See, I am actually forcing my ice block here, which is more just my mistake. So me pushing in, lining my shaman, I still had invises, I still had blinks. I didn't really need to block there if I played a little bit, further away, using my blinks a little bit better, and maybe just mass invised or greater invis instead. But look at this pressure, guys. They're all rotting. I have so much burst as Arcane, and that burst every time we're getting Cloak, we're getting, Shaman Ascendance, we're getting Dispersion, Trinkets all over the place. So it seems like against this we're putting out pretty decent pressure, and the only time I really needed to use a cooldown was when I pushed in and didn't really have an exit plan for myself. So as Arcane, you kind of always want to have an exit plan. When you push in, you want to be able to find a place to displace back out. You don't want to just push in and then get caught with your pants down, have no trinket, have no, ice block, and just run behind a pillar and die. You always want to be able to, keep a little nice distance so that if the rogue steps to you, you can blink away, or you can, trinket mass invis, trinket greater invis, trinket blink, displace back, etc. You always want to try to find a way to get out of there, because you don't want to be pushed in too far. That's just kind of how Arcane plays. But yeah, I thought this comp, Arcane UA, I literally didn't even want to try it. It just didn't seem that good. I've never seen anyone run it, and just like in theory it doesn't work that well. But it does work pretty well against some things. But then like I talked about earlier, we fought some roadblocks along the way. So what's my favorite comp so far as Frost? What's my favorite comp as Arcane? Hard to tell. Hard to tell. I think as Arcane, I'm actually liking Demon Hunter, Arcane, Archdruid. Seems like we own with that comp against most things. What shuts us down is Fire Mages. So that comp's, very good in general. We do very well against Cleaves, but we kind of get owned against Fire Mages, which this comp does well against. What do I like the most is Frost right now. Also very hard to tell. I guess I haven't played too much of Frost this season besides Frost MLS, Demo, and UA. And I'd say both comps are pretty decent. The problem is It's just the Frost Mage just dies a lot, and I can't really spam sheep with a UA lock because I'm just sheeping off their dot, so it's like counter synergistic if I'm doing that. With a Demo lock, we do okay, but at that point I think we want a Monk Healer instead to give us, you know, way the crane damage, to give us leg sweep, just to be a more mobile healer, because I think that comp is just a little bit better. Look at that crazy burst, got 2 full sets of arcane missiles off, blink in, get that barrage off, get my stacks back up. So much damage just onto the shaman right there. The shaman's almost out of mana. So in addition to having a lot of burst potential in this matchup, the shaman's also about out of mana, which is pretty crazy. This rogue is actually, could maybe flop here too. Everything is just such a good kill target. I get that Mark of a Lunith off. They all just are literally forced to run, and we just have so much rot pressure. So that's kind of what this brings to the table, but why not just bring a Boomkin? Why not just bring, you know, switch it around and bring a Resto Druid and an Ellie? It seems like this is just like a subpar version of LSD. Which is still pretty decent. It might do a little better against some things, especially Rogue Mage, where you can kite. The Arcane Mages can kite forever and ever. I think we fought a few Rogue Mages last night and did pretty well. Look at that burst right there. Finally, everything does go down with that beautiful triple cap there by Colo. Blink in, get that AoE Arcane Barrage off, and just basically kill everything. There's a scoreboard too. Try to remember to add those scoreboards in just for a sec, so you guys could pause it if you want, check out the damage, healing, etc. But sometimes I don't always get that. Here we are fighting a Fire Mage, Feral, Disc Priest, and we are actually Demo. So I'm trying to remember. I think we might have fought this. Might have been this or another comp we fought as UA, and we just got dominated. So we're like, okay, let's try Arcane Demo, because that might just be a more consistent comp against more things. So we're like, let's give it a try. So we're fighting this here, and our strategy is to basically go Feral in huge setups and actually CC the Priest with Sheep or with Fear. The problem with Arcane is that you can't Sheep and do damage at the same time if you get locked out, right? So it's Frost, if you cast a Sheep, you get kicked, you can start casting Frostbolt. It's Fire, if you get sheeped, or you're starting a Sheep, you get kicked, you can cast Fireball, or, you know, Scorch, Fireblast, whatever. You can still do damage. It's Arcane, if you start casting Sheep and you get kicked, you're screwed. You can't do damage, you can't CC, you're just standing there. So Arcane has basically what I'm trying to say is Arcane has a much harder time sheeping, because you can't, if you sheep and get locked like I just did now, you basically just get locked out. You can't do anything. So as Frost and Fire, I almost like Frost or Fire better for Demo, because with Arcane, you know, it's very difficult to get CC, and you kind of need CC with this comp. But we do get a full Sheep into a full Fear, and Feral eventually, I'm blocking it, instantly resheeped. Sam the God resheeping me, and the Feral does go down. So, you know, decent matchup here. It seems like if we're fighting Fire Mages, I want to be Arcane. The Arcane is definitely better versus Fire Mages. When I'm Frost against Fire Mages, we just instantly lose. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. If you guys keep losing to Fire Mages on ladder, definitely try out Arcane. So here's something that if we fought this as UA, it would be very, very difficult to actually beat. If we fought Turbo, because my Warlock would probably just eventually go down. But as Demo, he is a tank. Maldiva just tanks all the damage like it's no big deal as Demo. And the hard part for this game, kill that Wind Fury Totem, Spellsteal Lust from Shaman, Spellsteal Lust from Warrior, perfect peels there. The problem with this game is really my mana, right? Because I can only do as much damage as my mana bar. Once I'm out of mana, I can't cast Arcane Blast anymore, then I have to dump my barrage and then just do lower stacked Arcane Blast, and I'm not doing too much damage. So once I'm I'm kind of just I tried to blink there to see if I could Prismatic Click the Hex, but it was actually on my Warlock, kind of a weird Hex there. Must have been a misclick actually. But yeah, I'm full mana again because I just got that Evocate off. Getting low mana already. And it's kind of just like, okay, I can do as much damage as I want, but once I then I'm out of mana and I can't do any damage. So I kind of have to spread out my damage across my entire mana bar based around when we actually get CC, based on when we get those Sheep, Spheres, and Kicks onto the Monk. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but I've been missing my kicks on this monk so often. I was at this point, I think I was playing for like 6 hours straight, and I was just not on point. My kicks were just missing all over the place. A huge burst onto the warrior. Finally land a kick there with a huge burst on the warrior. We just killed the warrior 100-0 in that kick. So there's Arcane Demo. Very large burst, very tanky comp, CC oriented burst tank comp. It's pretty cool. I like the comp. Definitely want to test it out more in the future. But yeah, there's some Arcane Demo, Arcane UA. What do you guys think is better? What do you guys like the playstyle of? Do you like the rot pressure or this burst pressure? I don't know. Let me know down below in the comments. Thumbs the video up if you liked it, guys. Thumbs it down if you didn't. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!